Lesson 6 is all about executive branch of the Philippine government, the Philippine president. So we have here some questions regarding about the president. What could be the powers of the president as mandated by the 1987 Philippine Constitution? And what are the qualifications of the position of the president? Supposed to be we'll have this activity, but we will skip this one. Okay. So I have here a question, and this question, try to answer this one individually by each one of you. So we have here, what are the roles and powers of the Philippine president? The roles and powers of the Philippine president. There will be a strong presidency if this will happen. So as a president, there should be an emergency, budgetary, and other powers. There will be a strong presidency if the president has the ability to define the policy of the government, direction, and the priorities. There will be a strong presidency, constant media and public attention for the president. And as the president, you are also considered as a very important symbolic national figure as the head of state. The role of the president as the head of state. So as a president, as the head of state, you will be involved acting as ceremonial and living national symbol. Example of the activities that you will do as the head of state, as a president. As a president, you will be the one responsible in leading important national ceremonies of the government. And if there are foreign diplomats will visit in your country, as the head of state, as the president, you're responsible in welcoming them. That's part of your duty and role as the president, as the head of state. As the head of the government, the roles of the president is more on providing the government its policy direction and the priorities which are primarily expressed through his or her electoral campaign. So kung ano yung mga pinangako ng isang kandidato sa kung mabibigyan siya ng pagkakataon as a president of our country, what could be the focus and the center of his platforms of his administration if given a chance by the people's mandate during the election. Then magiging bahagi po ito ng mga important na mga policy making na ipapatupad ng panibagong administrasyon ng Pangulo. At kung ano yung mga programa na kanyang bibigyang pansin, bibigyang prioridad na bahagi ng kanyang naging pangako during the election period, during the election campaign. Pwede niya itong isali sa mga pangunahing prioridad ng mga palisiya, programa ng kanyang pamahalaan o ng kanyang gabinete. Bahagi po yan sa kanyang trabaho bilang isang pinuno ng pamahalaan as the head of the government, the president. As the head of the government, the president will also be the maximal active leader sa kaniyang every time magkakaroon ng cabinet meetings. So kailangan the president will always be the first involved in giving important decision-making steps to be taken for the government. And then the president is the head of the government as minimal passive implementer. Bilang pinuno ng ehekutibong pamahalaan, ng ehekutibong sangay ng pamahalaan as the head of the executive branch of the Philippine government, The president is always considered as the chief executive because you are the one responsible in leading the executive branch of the Philippine government. And part of the responsibility of the executive branch of the Philippine government is to ensure that the laws are properly implemented. Then, bahagi din po ng roles ng president. As a president, you are considered to be the commander-in-chief and of the whole armed forces of the Philippines sa buong kasundaluhan militar ng ating bansa. So, itinuturing ng presidente bilang commander-in-chief. Bakit nakasa dito sa ating saligang batas, sa ating konstitusyon, sa 1987 Philippine Constitution? Because it's to ensure, no, just to ensure that the civilian authority must always prevail over the military. Dahil sa kasaysayan po natin, may mga panahon talaga na ang militar, no, there will be a tendency that the military will overpower the government or will suppress the government. So, because of that story, no, na naging bahagi ng ating kasaysayan, no, just to ensure that the military will not overpower the government and to ensure that civilian authority must always prevail at all the times. The President of the Republic of the Philippines is always considered the highest supreme commander of the whole armed forces of the Philippines. Part of the responsibility of the President as Commander-in-Chief, the President allows to declare martial law if provided by the law, if it is necessary. And then the President, as a Commander-in-Chief, can suspend the writ of habeas corpus, but it is subject to the approval of other branch of the government. No, it is subject to approval to the legislative and judicial branch of the Philippine government. So, checks and balance to maintain na wala pong ibang sangay ng pamahalaan ang nangibabaw. That the three branches of the Philippine government is treated as always as equal. No, walang nakalalamang sa kanilang tatlo. Being a president, you are also considered as chief diplomat. So, bilang chief diplomat, bahagi ng iyong trabaho bilang isang chief diplomat, ang presidente, kailangan may alam ka sa foreign policy, no? Because you are also involved in crafting and executing the foreign policy that the country would try to implement in terms of entering into an agreement. And when you represent the the entire state of the Philippines to the international global communities, kailangan meron tayong sariling foreign policy kung saan tayo nakatindig at nakabatay. At kinakailangan talaga ng Pangulo ng ating bansa ay may alam sa aspetong ito, especially in foreign policy.